So people say that EA are to blame for Battlefield 2042, and then others say that DICE are to blame. And it's probably a mixture of everyone, but if you think about EA rushing the game out, yeah, partially to blame, but you think about DICE developing it, and my god, this game is bad. So welcome back to Battlefield 2042. In this video, I want to talk to you fairly quickly about a live stream that was done. It was for something called Crown, and it was done by some high profile Twitch streamers. Two that go by the names of Brook AB and Symphony. Before we do jump into this one, if you're not currently subbed to the channel, make sure you turn notifications on. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. All support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to support me further as a creator, check out the links in the description. And let's jump into it. So, Crown featured this live stream of these streamers playing Battlefield 2042, and they were competing for the high score. High score in a game with no scoreboard. It was never going to work out in the first place, but people started getting really confused with the whole thing. Like, how are you supposed to track the score if there's no scoreboard? And then if I take a look at this, I'm on Reddit having a look at this. Someone says, how do we know who's won with no scoreboard? And Crown come back and say, hey there, Crown Arcade has its own scoring system. So while Battlefield doesn't have a scoreboard, the show will. We do see how that could have been confusing though, thanks for calling it out. So this live stream for Crown is sponsored by EA. And Crown need to manually count the kills for each player because of the lack of a scoreboard. That is fucking outrageous. That's like telling someone to build a house but giving them no tools. It doesn't work. But not only that, I'm going to put a very brief clip in the video. These streamers were playing a game of Battlefield 2042, and they were waiting for a tornado. Guess what happened? This is a live stream sponsored by EA on Battlefield 2042. The streamers got stuck under the stairs. There was nothing they could do. They got stuck under the stairs whilst they were doing a sponsored live stream. And it wasn't the streamer's fault at all. It wasn't even Crown's fault. It's EA's fault for publishing Battlefield 2042. And it's DICE's fault for not fucking developing the game properly. And people sit there and they say, we know this game's broken. Why do you keep covering it still? Move away from it. But this stuff needs to be called out. I totally get repeating topics over and over again, so I'm going to try and avoid doing that. I might briefly mention, the game's had server problems or something like that, and it might come up in 5 or 6 videos, maybe even more, sometimes less. But this is brand new, and to tie in with this, on how bloody dodgy this is, the new weekly missions to get yourself a skin for a gun in the game, one of them is to kill 5 players using melee. And with how the netcode is running, with how the game is performing, the servers, the connections, all that sort of stuff, a lot of the takedown animations are completely bugged. Melee does not work properly in this game. Yet they release weekly missions, thinking everything is okay, saying to players, go and get yourselves 5 melee kills to earn this skin alongside doing other things, and they can't do it because the melee is so busted. Or they can do it, but it's an absolute nightmare. I think this is absolutely outrageous. Not even so much the melee. That's annoying to the community, don't get me wrong. And it does take the piss. It's like another thing is more nitpicking, but when you get to tier 1 and you get the S001 and all them levels, they haven't even coded the levels properly. I believe it goes 48, 50, 49, 51, or something like that. They can't even count to 100 for fuck's sake. But they don't ever seem to fix any of it, and that's the biggest problem. They did a sponsored stream to get the highest score in a game with no scoreboard, and then the streamers that were playing the game, because of how broken parts of the game are, managed to get themselves stuck under the stairs on a map. I mean, if you're defending the game at this point, then just stop. Have some fucking self-respect. Stand up to this shit and tell DICE and EA that they need to fix it. You're probably never going to be listened to, but standing up to it is the best thing to do. You can't just ignore the fact that this game is broken and badly broken. But what we're going to do is leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.